But Alex, it's going to be a long show and we haven't even started yet.
All right, Bob. You've caught me in a generous mood. Besides, the last thing I need is the insurance company writing my ass because another staffer needs a kidney transplant. But you punks better not be late again, or I'll personally give each and every one of you Rasputin's a wedgie.
I'm a robot. I cannot be wedgied.
I can't be wedgied either. I don't even wear undies.
Oh, for gosh sake.
That's another problem. Your cast needs to clean up their filthy mouths.
Hi gang, welcome to this week's entry of Nightmare Halloween Fright Fest. I'm Madman Bob, and give a warm round of applause to our mail boy, Bat Dude.
Thank you all.
My robot and the show's coffee maker, Asimov.
Thank you very much.
And the world's only on-set executive producer to have her name in the opening credits, Marble.
You're all too kind.
Tonight,
Wait! You didn't introduce Phil D. Graves, our technician.
Oh yeah, gee, I'm sorry, Phil.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm happy with my lot in life. Besides, I don't need the gratification of celebrity status.
Oh yeah, and I want to thank Marble for not actually taking advantage of our bathroom passes. That was nice of you.
Yeah, I don't need to whiz every hour on the hour like you Mountain Dew chugging wet blankets.
What's wrong with Mountain Dew?
Speak for yourself, I prefer Dr. Pepper.
Don't make fun of me for how often I have to change my oil.
Alright everybody, quiet down because we have to make room for another talking head tonight.
We have David Byrne in the studio?
Not quite. The talking head I'm referring to is a charming young lady who, by some tragic accident, lost her head in a car accident.
This is where defensive driving comes in handy.
Yeah, you've got to be able to keep a good head on your shoulders in bad traffic.
Alright, you two, enough. But all is not lost for her, with the exception of her entire body, for which her obsessive husband goes out to look for a new one, while he keeps her head alive in the meantime. While that's going on, the woman develops a bond with a terrifyingly deformed creature hidden away behind a locked door just mere feet away, and uses it to put an end to the madness of her husband's warped mind. However, her husband's assistant tries convincing her to go along with the charade, and goes as far as to show her the butcher job he did on replacing his assistant's hand, which isn't enough to sway the brain that wouldn't die.
Hey Bob, I just realized that if they did a remake, you could be the star, only they'd have to change the title.
Oh yeah? What would it be called?
The Brain That Already Died.
Very funny, Asimov.
Hey, don't lose your head over it, Bob.
Y'all, these puns are getting annoying.
Well, you can say one thing for us. It sure takes a lot of brains to come up with them.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh no, it can't be!
Ugh, what does Alex want this time?
I heard that And I'm calling to let each and every one of you know that I've been watching tonight's show, and I've been absolutely disgusted with the incessant use of these horrible puns, and I'm giving you knuckleheads an ultimatum. If you chumps use one more head-related pun, joke, one-liner, non-sequitur, innuendo, double entendre, and anecdote, I'll cancel your f***ing show!
But making jokes about the movies we show is what we do, and this movie is an easy target, what with the disembodied head and all. What are we gonna do?
I guess you're gonna have to be smart for once in your f***ing life with your jokes tonight.
Geez, boss, with all due respect, that's kind of harsh. Aren't you asking a bit much from them in that regard?
Perhaps. But perhaps it would be nice to clear up space in the studio and make way for a new show idea I have. It involves Nazi robots, the multiverse, and green alien women. But that's only if y'all screw up. You got any little heads?
You got it, Chief!
Fantastic! Now on with the show. I've got a pilot for a better one to write.
Well, I guess that's that. No head punts for us tonight. And now, on with tonight's movie that we're totally not gonna make easy jokes about. This is gonna stink.
Houston, we have film right about... Wait for it. Now!
Fly, my pretties, fly. Ha ha ha.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow? Yeah!
Hey, no fair writing off my reference.
Hay's for horses.
Ugh, that corny old joke?
Bear with me, I'm desperate.
So, what are we gonna do now?
Well, since we can't make head-related jokes, we can at least do some head-related trivia, like how the main head herself hated the film so much that she did not return for post-production, and a few of her lines were redubbed by Doris Brent. About her character in the film, while her character is only referred to as Jan in the film, she has been dubbed by fans as Jan in the Pan.
Come on, everybody else can make those kind of jokes, but not us. This isn't fair.
As far as alternate titles that are actually canon to the film, the title was changed slightly in the end title card to The Head That Wouldn't Die. And the DVD has an alternate version which shows the models in a later scene posing in rather, more revealing garb as opposed to the theatrical release.
Hey, watch it, madman. You're walking on a tightrope with Alex. If you start getting pervy about the women in this 60-year-old movie, I'm gonna drag you out of here by the ear and clobber you senseless.
Let's get something straight here. I'm a far classier gentleman than you give me credit for. They may call me madman, but I think you'll find that I'm quite the polite and saintly young man.
Oh yeah, even when I bring up
Asimov, don't you dare!
this little exchange from our very first episode.
But I don't think you can handle love quite yet.
I'll show you. I'll show both of you. I'm 100 times the lover you guys will ever be.
Bat dude, you don't even know what love is.
Sure I do. Love is when two lovers sit at a lovely table with a big plate of burritos, taquitos, and nachos with the purple onions in them, and they look each other in the eyes over a mug of frosty cold root beer. After dinner, they give each other a big sloppy kiss and retire to the living room to play Battleship. That is what love is. Wrong! After you eat, you have that nasty onion breath. You brush your teeth, rinse and spit, floss, rinse and spit, gargle mouthwash, spit, then you give her a sloppy kiss. That, my friend, is love. You're both wrong. Alright, smarty transistor, what is love then? Love is an abstract concept that describes the feeling of affection and compatibility between two or more consensual partners. The existence of love itself is purely subjective to the individual or individuals. So what you're saying is that there is no real wrong answer? Technically. And that means you're wrong about me being wrong, and my idea of love is superior to Bat Dude's. Again, the idea of love is entirely subjective. Horse hockey! I'm a superior lover, and you guys are dead in the water! Hi-yo! Wow, we really sounded like that?
Superior lover? Superior loser is more like it.
That was just an isolated clip out of context.
Whatever you say, Casanata. Heyo!
Why, you We now return you to tonight's feature, or as I like to call it, exciting music to unexciting scenes.
Got to find her a body.
How are you going to go about getting one?
Bill, how will you do it? There are ways.
By the way, did I ever mention how firm yours looks?
Well, it's like the old song. If a body meet a body coming through the right. Come on, everybody, sing with me.
Y'all got one more time to sing. I'm walking right out.
Everybody ready?
Come on, guys, knock it off. Marble, just stay. They'll behave themselves, won't you guys?
Depends on my mood.
I'm serious, Asimov. This is a time when we need to stick together most. I think Bob is right. If you ask me, I think the show is under attack. Hey, look, this is a crazy situation, but I wouldn't go as far as to say there's some kind of conspiracy against us. I wouldn't be too sure. So far, we've been lucky to have survived this long, but I don't know if I'd be too certain that our luck will flourish in the hour and a half ahead.
That dude, what exactly are you going on about?
Think about it. Why else would Alex force us to completely toss out our very way of running this show? Not to mention the fact that he's already writing a pilot to replace us.
For once, that dude is actually making sense.
More sense than I'm comfortable with. What do you suggest we do about it, Bat Dude?
You're asking him for advice?
Well, he managed to see an angle in this that we not only never considered, but it makes perfect sense.
Oh, fair enough. What's your suggestion, Bat Dude?
For right now, the best thing we can do to defend ourselves against our hidden menace, we must stick together. Yes, perfect! Really? I was also just going to suggest quitting the show and going home, but that works too.
This can't end well.
Well, it probably won't end at all if we don't get back to the movie right now. By the way, a little fun guessing game, and this is in the category of phrases. I'll say the first half, and you have to guess the rest at home. And the phrase is, where there are wills...
There are ways.
What, do you think I'm funny? Like a clown?
I think you are a clown, but I do not think you are funny.
We'll return to the show in a moment, right after a word from tonight's sponsor, Howie Burriam's Roadkill Haberdashery. Hello, folks. Do you drive? Of course you do, as with millions of Americans. You need to drive to do anything nowadays. You might say driving is what drives our culture. With that said, sometimes you're gonna hit a bump in the road. Could be a pothole, nails, discarded equipment, kids, but more often than not, you're gonna hit animals in the road. You feel like you could have done something to prevent the death of that innocent raccoon, but you were just going a bit too fast. A feeling of guilt comes over you, and you feel like you should do something, but you can't. Until now, that is, thanks to my new line of clothes for roadkill. Hi, I'm Howie Burriam, founder of Roadkill Haberdashery. With my new clothing for roadkill, you can give those flattened rascals a proper burial in the finest clothing possible. Just call 1-800-ROADKILL now. That's 1-800-ROADKILL. Order now and we'll also give you a complimentary shovel for digging and for those special kind of deaths when you... I won't continue any further. I'm Howie Burriam, reminding you that you don't have to feel bad about the animals you run over with your vehicle. Just slap a suit on them and throw them in the dirt and drive on your merry way. Gee, do you think he sells stuff for goldfish too? Sir Swims a Lot began floating upside down for a week, and I'm starting to think he might be a little bit dead.
What was your first clue, Bat Brain?
I wanted to give him a proper service. You're all invited.
Bad dude, at the risk of sounding cruel, which I do not care regardless, I couldn't give two rusted gaskets about your dead fish.
Yeah, well, he didn't give you those either.
Yeah, well, I hope the carcass of your dead fish falls victim to an alley cat.
Oh yeah, well maybe we should flush you, you oversized dumpster with Christmas lights.
Why don't you run up an alley and holler fish?
Why, you loudmouthed, overgrown flashlight?
Fish, 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 fish.
Guys, break it up. Asimov, that was very rude of you, and Bat Dude, I thought you said we need to stick together. I feel like the only way to survive our situation rationally, we need to keep cool heads. To blazes with being rational. Why keep a cool head when there's so much easier to lash out? There is no hope for our grim situation now. Hope is dead. Extreme action is the only way. To heck with the rest of you. Every man, woman, and child for his or herself. You good now? No. Asimov, you're a meanie weenie. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, and now back to tonight's feature presentation. And the reaction I wish I could get when doing stand-up.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't be sorry now. Wait till I cut your head off to be sorry. Bob, no!
What are you thinking, madman?
What?
You just made a head joke.
Oh, no! Now Alex could take us off at any second! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just...
Everybody pipe down.
But we're about to be taken off the...
Negative. My sensors indicate the show is still live.
I don't get it. I thought for sure Alex would have cut us off after that one.
Negative again. It has come to my attention that while your joke did involve the presence of a head, the actual mechanics of the joke itself, and what was supposed to produce the desired effect of laughter, was not solely reliant on the head itself, but the circumstances surrounding it, which just so happened to include the mention of a head.
Yeah, what's your point?
In order for the joke to work, it was not solely fixated on the head, and could just as easily have worked with the mention of any body part, unlike the usual puns, where the mention of heads would have been absolutely vital for the comedy to come through.
Okay, folks, no more close calls. Do we have any messages today, Bat Dude? We do, and it's not from Marble this time, but it's for her, though. Tonight's message comes to us from Susie, and she writes, Dear Marble, as you are the producer of this show, I am emailing you as a professional. I stumbled upon your show late last night during an insomnia-driven fugue state. I'm an animator, and while the content of your show is somewhat interesting, it was the complete lack of quality and its delivery that had me staring in abject horror. I was unable to fully comprehend what jokes or lines were delivered due to non-existent lip syncing. The lackadaisical, thanks Asimov, pre-generated lip flap was completely distracting. Any positive note I could provide regarding the animation or writing was overshadowed by the glaring insult of the lip flap. You wasted the talent of the voice acting by masking it fully behind a cheap trick of the animation trade. Voice acting? What is she on about? This is a live show. We're real people. The nerve! What? We're all real, right, guys?
Yeah, sure, Bat Dude.
Merely animated and being real are two different things.
I do not usually make the effort to provide such criticism, but what I witnessed was a travesty to my trade. I beg of you, as the producer, to no longer allow the lip flap to be standard in this show. Please manage your team better to allow the animators to embellish the writing and acting to the degree it is worth. Sincerely, a disappointed animator.
Thanks for the message, Susie, but between you and me, I totally agree.
Traitor!
But listen, we only have a week to make these shows. We're not South Park. You try doing it better in a week, and then we'll talk. Thanks again for writing.
Well, that's the only message we have for tonight, but if you have something you'd like to say to us, shoot us a message via email at nightmarehalloweenfrightfest@gmail.com, and your message could wind up on this program. Doesn't have to be nice, it can be hateful or spiteful, if you wish. Any publicity is good publicity for us. Please message us. We're all lonely and desperate for the attention. Please don't make me beg! That said, on with the conclusion of The Brain That Wouldn't Die. That's a wrap. And as for the change in title, I guess the movie makers couldn't
Bob, no.
make up their minds. We're doomed! Well, what do you know? I knew Alex was bluffing.
Wow, I guess so.
Yeah, I suppose we're gonna be safe.
Oh, crap.
Oh, great. Now Susie is going to go even harder about our cheap animation.
Marble, she is not going to write to us about anything because there is no animation because Alex just canceled our butts.
Good going, Bob.
I can't believe this.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't take it anymore. The pressure got to me.
Oh, Bob, I guess this is it for you.
Alex, I just made one joke.
It's like your life. Kinda ironic. The very thing that your show was well known for was its final undoing.
Alex, since there's no show left, I got just one thing to say to you. This is all your fault. What do you expect when you took away the very bread and butter that this show was founded upon? Sure, you may not be a fan of the stupid puns, but it's what made the show what it is to begin with. And if that's what killed it off, then that's on you, because you didn't have the foresight to see that it resonates with so many others. It's not Madman's fault at all. It's yours for wanting to make the show something it's not. Jeepers, where did that come from, Bat Dude? No clue, I just thought it sounded good.
No matter, the show is still gone for good. Marvel, pack your things, because you're going to be the executive producer on a hit new show, Nazi Robots of the Multiverse. I guess Madman wasn't using his head.
Whoa, wait a second. That isn't fair. You told Bobby couldn't make head puns, but you can't even follow your own rule? No offense, Alex, but if you need an executive producer, you better put an ad on Craigslist, because I can't work for a hypocrite.
Hold on, you're my best executive producer. I need you.
I'm sorry, but if Nightmare Halloween Fright Fest is gone, so am I.
Okay, fine. You get your lousy show back.
Yes!
But be warned, you all better be on time with these shows. And if I catch one more mistake, you're all fired! Except for you, Marvel. Still need you on the show.
But you won't tamper with the show's format, no matter how bad the puns.
Yes! Let your accursed show continue. It'll be interesting to see it fall into obscurity, along with the likes of countless other shows of the past that revel in their own mediocrity. Bye for now, I'll be keeping a close eye on you.
We're renewed, baby!
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm relieved to have the show back.
You know, you guys aren't so bad. I know I'm the executive producer of this madhouse, but I'm actually kind of happy to be part of it.
All I can say is thanks for saving the show, Marble, and welcome to the Insane Asylum. This is Madman Bob signing off for now, and what a relief it is to say that I will see you guys in the Insane Asylum next week. Stay insane, my friends.
What do you mean I need to stop cussing these phone calls? Are you trying to censor me? I will not be censored!